He says a lot of people's names for shock value. He says things he doesn't mean. He says a lot of things and take it back.
Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover. One from the game, who recently spoke about the infamous interview where he diminished Dr. Dre's contributions to his career, and Eminem was also brought up, which we'll get to in a bit. Today we also have more on the state of drought in hip-hop in 2023, as while many expected Young Thug to end the #1 drought, Lil Uzi Vert looks to be the quote chosen one to end the drought. But there's more to this that makes the whole thing hilarious in my opinion. So we've seen the reports that have revealed that this has been the worst year in hip-hop since 1993, and it turns out that a rule changed by Billboard in 2019 and again in 2020 is one of the couple of reasons for the sharp decline in hip-hop sales this decade. When in 2019 and again in 2020, the chart changed its bundling rules because artists were using bundles to inflate their album sales with quote worthless merch like $3 underwear that came with an album that counted towards first week sales. Bundling got so bad, some of you remember the quote battle of the bundles between Tyler and DJ Khaled, where bundles decided who came out on top. So Billboard made moves to stop this from happening in 2019 and again in 2020 when Billboard revealed, though the sales strategy of bundling albums goes back decades, more recently it has been employed by artists and labels to try and boost album sales, which have been continually falling over the last several years but are worth considerably more than streams on the charts. And since the rules changed, 200,000 first week became impossible for most rappers. However, Billboard revealed plans to update the bundle rules in May 2023 that would allow only 2 bundled options for any one album release. The other item in a bundle must be a physical product, so a t-shirt or poster for example, and the album being sold in the bundle must also include a physical copy. And here's the kicker. The new rules come into effect today, the 30th of June, and quote, coincidentally, the rapper who will save hip-hop in 2023 from the drought dropped today, the same day the new rules come into effect. Lil Uzi Vert is on track to earn the title of the hip-hop savior of 2023, and the timing is quite hilarious. To be honest, you could argue that many big rappers pushed their releases for after the 30th, and first impressions are in right now. According to Lil Pump, Uzi's Pink Tape album is the album of the year, though some believe it doesn't match previous albums. Honestly, it's some heat, but unfortunately, it's not gonna beat his previous albums. Some would rather listen to Olivia Rodrigo. We're not listening to that. Olivia Rodrigo dropped, while for some it's about expectations. My expectations were too high, loudly crying emoji. And for those of you who have checked it out, what are your thoughts on the album? And now that Billboard rules have changed, expect many more big releases to drop in this window. Moving on, remember when 50 Cent said this about the game.
He says a lot of people's names for shock value. He says things he doesn't mean. He says a lot of things and take it back.
Going back to when Game shocked the internet when he claimed Ye did more for him in 2 weeks than Dre did in his entire career.
It's crazy that Ye did more for me in the last 2 weeks than Dre did for me my whole career.
Well, Game is back at it again, thanks to a recent interview on Bars and Nuggets on Amazon Music. And when he was asked about that statement, Game revealed,
I said some things that I meant. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna take it back. I ain't no sucker. But having Dre do anything for your project, anything in your career, touch any part of anything that you're doing in life is such a blessing that I shall not ever get on that again. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't talked to Dre since, and it don't really matter if we talk again in life. Like I'm a stand up Compton, LA, and it is what it is. I said what I said. I'm not going back on it. It's just that I should have gave him more grace with what he actually did do, and that was mentor me and do things that nobody else could have done for me and, you know, in my career.
And before we explore reactions so far, including Game's take on Eminem, he made a point about why he made that statement about Kanye West based on what Ye was doing for him at that time.
When I was talking talking on there, I was speaking in terms of like what Ye was doing right at that moment, which was life-changing for me in that moment last year. And then I based it on, you know, Dre's lack thereof, because I took the business part personal.
And this reminded me of a comment back then when things were heated, when a user said this about the game: "Dudes only as loyal as their last meal. They love whoever fit them last, and that's what my OG told me." And speaking on Eminem, Game added, "Dre found Eminem and let him flourish to be one of the greatest rappers of all time." And in reaction to this latest interview, some believe Game is like the main character in Split with 23 distinct personalities, and some have added, "Guy drops a trash album, talks ish about these guys to promote it, now regrets it, facepalm emoji." And now the question is, would Game feel regret if Drillmatic went platinum and if Black Slim Shady became a hit song? And responses like this have flooded social media. I think he's bipolar, because no way. But what are your thoughts on Game's recent statement? Tell us below, like and subscribe for more, and see you on the next one.